Hello everybody, Timothy here, welcome back to the channel. So I was just watching Slayer of Midgets review of Wreckfest cars, B through L, and then the second one, L through W. And I noticed he missed a couple of cars that I think are worth mentioning. Alright, so here we go. So we're going to do the same track and the same route that he did. Alright, so the first one he missed was the Battle Bus. As you can see, it has 905 horsepower at 1500. 3,484 feet per pound at 1,200 for torque. It weighs 8,375 pounds and has 4 gears. So let's see how she handles on the track. As you can see, it's just going to be me by myself, much as I want to put the Superman in the Smash. And then this is the way I drive, so obviously I won't be as fast as him. So this is just for fun. So all right, here we go. We're going to load up. Alright, here we go. One battle bus to go. Probably not going to have the fastest time. So a little slow to get going. It's about as well as you'd expect. Great for smashing people. As you can see, almost tipped over there. You got to be careful on those turns. Once she gets in motion, she goes pretty good. Not so much for speed. But she handles well enough on this track. I don't mind driving this one. I actually prefer the regular bus over this one though. But a lot of people like this one. You'll see a lot of these on the talk throughs. I know, shocking. I'm not going to do his little thing with the embankment there, because I'll tip over pretty much every vehicle I have. Okay, so there we are. 1 minute, 17 seconds, 0.207. Alright. So, let's move on to the next vehicle. Okay, this is our next victim, the Big Rig. This one has power 1,207 horsepower at 5,500. Torque is 1,549 feet. Oh, I'm sorry, 1,548 feet per pound at 3,200. Weight is 8,820 pounds. This one also has 4 gears. But how does she handle it? Let's find out. Okay, here we go. She does accelerate slightly better than the Battle Bus. But then, she does have a few more horses. I won't necessarily say it turns better, but less fear to tip it over. Definitely is going to have a higher top speed at 301 horsepower, plus is 238. One thing the bus has over this, though, is the bus can take jumps a little bit better. This one here, you're about to find out. This one and the Dune Rig have the same problem right here. Point. The back end's like the bounce. So if you're ever on Dirt Devil, yeah, avoid the jumps like the blade. Your hiney's going to be all over the place. But aside from that, looks like our time isn't that much better. 1 minute, 14 seconds, 0.655. So about 3 seconds faster. All right, let's get our next victim. All right, here's our next victim, Bugzilla. This baby's power is 602 horsepower at 6,800. The torque is 563 feet to pound at 4,500. Weight is 5,555 pounds, and this one has 5 gears. But how does she handle? Alright, let's see. I can tell you this is probably the most powerful vehicle in the game as far as raw power. How do I know this? Well, Big Deadpool and myself, we were doing a little competition over at my place one day. And there was both a harvester and a school bus blocking a path on Northland Raceway on the reroute. I took the inside part, and this baby pushed both of them when they were wrecked. Both of them. I understand we're talking about 15,000 pounds of vehicle there. So, yeah, just pushed right through them like they were nothing. So, as you can see, this baby just sails on the track. Probably one of the better vehicles from Dirt Devil, no doubt. This is one of the few cars that can take that jump on the outside on Dirt Devil. You guys know what I'm talking about. The one where you go way up high? Yeah. It's probably one of the few cars that can take that jump safely. Alright, 2 seconds better than our battle bus at 1 minute, 12 seconds, and 151 of a second. Oh, I meant a big rig. It's actually 5 seconds faster than the battle bus. Alright, let's see who's next. Alright, this one's going to get interesting. So our next victim is the bumper car. 80 horsepower at 4,800 power. Torque is 109 feet to pound at 3,300. Weight is 749 pounds. And this one has 4 gears. But how does it handle? This is probably, okay, so this is probably the fastest of the smaller vehicles, and let's just see how she goes. Now the other 3 vehicles I was using the hand brake, but I didn't have to do that with this guy. Jumps are not this thing's best friend. I'll tell you that now. Do not take this thing off the big loop in hill ride, because it will be bad on the ramp. I promise you. You don't have to take my word for it. You have to be very careful, because the least little thing will go tumbling and tumbling and tumbling. It's one of those vehicles you actually got to let off the gas and stop. There we go. Good lap. Alright. Also 1 minute, 12 seconds, .947. Not our fastest guy, but still up there with the other ones. Alright, here's our next victim, the Doom Rig. Power is 905 horsepower at 5,500. Torque is 1,161 feet to the pound at 3,200. Weight is 8,375 pounds, and it has 4 gears. Let's see how it handles. Alright, here we go. Now this one has a little bit less horsepower than our big rig, so we could probably expect it to be a little slower. might think this thing hits harder than the big rig for demos, but the truth is they both have a 5.5 strength, and I believe the big rig is actually heavier. So the big rig theoretically hits harder than this because it can also get more speed. On the other hand, this one is much better protected because the big rig loses wheels much easier than this one does. So I guess you can make that decision if you're going to go slamming around the semis. As to which one you choose. And our time is 1 minute, 17 seconds, 0.186. All right, let's go see our next victim. Okay, the double decker. This baby has a power of 585 horsepower at 6,000. Its torque is 543 feet per pound at 4,800. Weight is 4,746 pounds, and it has 6 gears. Let's see how it handles. Okay, this is probably the only vehicle that tips over easier than the bus, but something a lot of people don't realize about this baby is it hits just as hard as a lot of those bigger vehicles do. Well, okay, maybe not just as hard. It also has a 5.5 strength, like the big rig, like the Doom rig, like the Harvester, like the Hellvester. So it has the same strength as all those bigger vehicles, and it's actually faster, the exception of maybe the big rig than all of them. So you can get some pretty good hits on it. Not bad for a speed demon with a buggy on the roof. But as you can see, I gotta be very gentle through my turns here, or I'm gonna be on my side. But the speed isn't terrible. Turning is, well, shall we call it a challenge. I can't imagine why Slayerofmidgets didn't want to review this car. It's high quality, super fast, very agile. I actually enjoy driving this car. Okay, 1 minute, 17 seconds, 0.901. So not that bad actually. About with the worst of them so far. Let's see who's next. Okay, next up is the Harvester. The power is 362 horsepower at 1,500. Torque is 1,393 feet to pound at 1,200. Weight is 9,700 pounds, and it has 4 gears. So, how does it handle? Well, about like you'd expect. Okay, welcome to the very slowest vehicle in the game. Here's the Harvester. We'll be at full speed probably about the time we get to that point. Well, maybe. We are in the final gear already. I want to say she caps out around 80. It's not terrible performance. It's that back wheel thing I've got. It turns much better than the other cars. And, you know, I guess if you're driving in slow motion, you turn good no matter what. Here we are, capped out at 63 miles an hour. Don't even need brakes here. Downhill, you can sometimes hit 64. you you're not going to win any races driving this. But you don't drive this. You drive this instead. All right. 1 minute, 38 seconds, 0.613. The slowest one so far. Okay, now for the counterpart of the harvester, the Helvester. This one has a power of 903 horsepower at 6,800, a torque of 845 feet to pound at 4,500, weight is 7,497 pounds, and it has 4 gears. Does it handle as good as the harvester? Let's find out. I would dare call this the worst turning vehicle in the game. Well, okay. At least the top two. Now you're like, oh here, that turned pretty good right there. Yeah, don't worry. It gets worse. See? Big fat boys on the front there really do cause a lot of problems. Now, admittedly, this one is significantly faster than the harvester. Whoa! I always have that problem with this vehicle. You can hear the engine kind of sputtering constantly. It does do a little better on tarmac tracks, but not for steering, for acceleration and top speed. Okay, 1 minute, 13 seconds, 0.720. Not bad. Okay, ever want to drive a toilet? Well, here we are. This is the Honey Pot. Watch out, it has a power of 58 horsepower at 6,000. Torque is 63 feet to pound at 4,000. Weight is 1,025 pounds. That's actually a heavy toilet. And it has 4 gears. All right, how does it handle though? Well, I can tell you compared to that last one, it's going to handle like a dream. Although it's got a slightly better top speed than the harvester. This will be probably the only other vehicle we can use that can go full speed without needing brakes too much. And like the bumper car and the soon-to-follow pocket rocket and onboard, this baby takes damage from everything. But despite it looking a little top-heavy, it's actually very hard to pick up. Topping out at 78. Like we'll get a faster time than our harvester. Doesn't look like we're going to beat that close. All right, 1 minute, 21 seconds, 0.326. Not bad for a toilet with an engine. Okay, this is called the Killer Pig. It has a power of 326 horsepower at 7,500, Torque is 269 feet per pound at 5,900. Weight is 2,323 pounds, and it has 5 gears. But does it handle as good as the Killer B or the Killer BS? Well, let's find out. Alright, here we go. This is probably the car with the most amount of trunk space. Those of you who watch my Vail Falls videos, it's a lot of fun. There we go. No need for brakes there. Wiggling around the whole. Alright. So this one does not handle quite as well as your Killer B variant. And yes, it is susceptible to tipping over. Though it does tend to have a tendency to lock itself back. My friend Big Deadpool 69 on Xbox is when I drive because I'll always drive it on the hill ride. And I'll be doing all these acrobatic tricks with it. But what the heck? He gets so mad. Alright, we got 1 minute, 15 seconds, 0.876. Alright, let's try the next vehicle. Alright, here we are with the lawnmower. 193 horsepower at 4,800 for power. Torque is 242 feet to pound at 3,300. Weight is 1,792 pounds. And it has 3 gears. Now you might think, oh, only 3 gears is probably going to be slower than the Harvester. At 3 gears, will it be slower than the Harvester? Let's find out. I will say this baby gets a little wonky when you're on dirt. As you can see, we're sailing way past that Harvester speed, aren't we? Flying at almost bumper car speeds here, aren't we? Not bad for a lawnmower going 105 miles per hour. Alright, so we have 1 minute, 11 seconds, and 491, or 0.491. In fact, I think that's our fastest time with the ones we've done so far. So let's see what's next. Alright, up next we have the motorhome. For power, it has 845 horsepower at 5,000. Torque is 929 feet to pound at 3,500. Weight is 7,808 pounds, and it has 4 gears. So let's see how she handles. Okay, so let's see how she does. A little bit slow on the acceleration. There's another one that's a little top heavy, so we gotta be careful not to tip over. vehicle also has a 5.5 strength, so it hits as hard as the big rig. Granted, it doesn't weigh as much. It's not that far. So we'll say it's complicated. Passing out right around that range. Whoops. That'll slow us down, but not that much. Maybe about 2 seconds. Alright, so 1 minute, 17 seconds, 0.800. Not terrible, but not great. Alright, here we have the Pocket Rocket. Its power is 87 horsepower at 6,000. Torque is 79 feet to pound at 4,800. Weighs 811 pounds and has 4 gears. I find the handling on this vehicle to be a little bit of a mixed bag. You can turn really good on sometimes, and sometimes you can't turn for diddly squat. So that's an example of turning good. There's an example of not turning good. But yeah, other than that, she doesn't do too bad for balance and such. I mean, it can tip over. The biggest weakness of this vehicle is its slow speed. Fast compared to some of the other smaller vehicles. It's not as fast as the lawnmower or the bumper car, but it's significantly faster than the sofa car and some other vehicles. However, because it's small and tiny and light, it gets pushed around pretty easily. Okay, and about the same time as our last one. 1 minute, 17 seconds, 0.307. Okay, that brings us to the school bus. Power 1,177 horsepower at 1,500. Torque is 4,530 feet to pound at 1,200. Weight is 10,582 pounds, and it has 4 gears. This is our heaviest vehicle in the game. Alright, so I can tell you this baby handles better than it looks like it handles. You do have that risk of tipping over, obviously, because of the long and tall, but not really that bad. I actually tip over in the battle bus more often than I tip over in this thing. And I definitely tip over in the double decker more than I tip over in this thing. Alright. Think of this as a big, heavy barreling tool. That's about what it is. Five-ton swing. As you can see, I'm not fighting the vehicle too awful much. It rides pretty good. This is another vehicle, oddly enough, that can take that jump on Dirt Devil on the outside that I mentioned with the Godzilla. But, well, okay, depending where you hit the jump. I think it's the left side of the jump that you hit, and you'll be fine. But the right side, it gets rolled on. Sails through pretty a little faster than the other two though. 1 minute 16 seconds, 0.919. Okay, here's the couch on wheels. The sofa car. Power is 130 horsepower at 4,800. Torque is 161 feet to pound at 3,300. Weight is 1,214 pounds. And she's got 4 gears. Alright, so the initial acceleration on this thing really blows. See how it does that? I had to actually reapply the accelerator to get it to stop that. Now, this is a good turning vehicle. In fact, it turns a little too good sometimes. Now, when you're not getting clobbered and you're left alone, this thing actually doesn't do too bad. Although, it's very, very sensitive on the steering. Not the greatest of jumps, but I will say, if you're on the Dirt Devil demo, there's a spot you can go to, kind of up by the third and final corner, as you race the track. There's that little hump there, you know, down in the demo area. You can actually get a backflip out of this thing. Alright, here we go. Alright, 1 minute, 17 seconds, 0.767. So, not bad for a couch on wheels. Okay, and I can't be the ice cream guy without driving my ice cream van. So this is called the Step Van. The power is 846 horsepower at 2,300. The torque is 2,133 feet to pound at 1,600. Weight is 6,832 pounds, and it has 4 gears. So handling this thing is, well, think of it as a great big square trophy room. See? She slides all over the place. Yes, she can tip, but surprisingly, it handles surprisingly well other than that. I mean, you look at it and the way it's shaped, and you think this thing must be a nightmare, but it's really not that bad. But yeah, turning is not its strong suit. We're struggling to stay on the track. Okay, 1 minute, 15 seconds, 0.411. Okay, and now we have the absolute worst for last. This is the dreaded super van that I love to squash and smash. It has a power of 147 horsepower at 5,500. Torque is 151 feet to pound at 3,500. Weight is 1,280 pounds, and it has 4 gears. And now you're about to see why I hate this car so much. The worst driving car in the game, as far as I'm concerned. My buddy Big Deadpool, he thinks the Firefly is the worst one. I disagree. I do way better in that car than I do in this thing that belongs in this way. Now we are going to get a better time than we did with the Harvester, obviously. I've actually got a lot of practice trying to keep this thing on all three wheels. So I can drive it a lot better than you think I could. See? That's why I hate it half the time. Certain tracks like this, it's kind of stinky. This thing's actually not too bad on ovals. Well, some ovals. Like the Big Valley Speedway inner oval, this thing is okay. You're not going to win any races with it. It doesn't do too bad on the Bloomfield dirt, as long as you stick to the outside. It helps keep your wheel down. Okay, there we are. 1 minute, 17 seconds, 0.33. So there you have it. Those are the vehicles that Slayer of Midgets did not review. And if you're someone who is a subscriber of his, feel free to let him know that that I did it for him. And have him come take a watch. Maybe he can try it his way with his with the way he does it with his manual with clutch and the way he does it. So, all right, thanks for watching. You guys have a good one. We'll catch you on the next one.